Oh, back. Yeah, I mean, if you were here before, it would be back. Oh, welcome everybody. 230 eSports. We are here in week 8, starting off with AMP versus Rockport. This is going to be the match for first place. Whoever wins this gets sole possession of first place for at least a day. Pretty big stuff. So that's exciting. I am going to make an announcement on the Discord real fast.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
And go ahead and say that.
Are they all out of order? Or is this the actual order?
I assume this is how they're playing. They recently dropped Alaha Rengar, and Zonite is no longer around anymore either. So they have to do this. So this will be interesting too, because this is a bit of a weird lineup for them. I'm actually surprised Quick Slice is in here.
Yeah.
So I have no clue who's gonna win this anymore. But it should be a pretty fun matchup. AMP right now, 1 game ahead of Rockport in the standings.
But also going 0-2 last weekend.
Yeah, having gone 0-2 last weekend. Definitely not looking that stable with any other subs. Because they had to use subs all last weekend. They're using quite a few subs here as well. It's definitely looking like a rough time, but as I mentioned, right, as you got back, Rockport is using a couple of subs as well and moving people around into positions that maybe they're not the most comfortable in.
Yeah, I thought 100T Noob was their ADC.
He was an AD carry. They subbed him out for Hydreion a couple weeks ago. So him playing top lane is going to be really interesting. I know Schomburg likes to jungle, but I'm just so used to seeing him support that it's going to be weird seeing him jungle.
Yeah. Overall, just a bunch of interesting. It's going to be very interesting in general here.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, and we are seeing an E-sub from Amped Up in the mid lane. Carcion, he has not played in our league yet. Looks like an alright dude, though.
Yeah. Starstro being very confident, though. I talked to her outside, and feels confident here.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
Confidence is good.
It is.
Being the champ select.
Yep. Now we're in Champ Select. Really going to be curious to see what happens in pick ban. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Zac ban, because I know that's Sean Bear's favorite juggler. Beyond that, I really don't know what you even consider banning here.
Maybe Garen. Yeah, they can't ban first 3. Amps can't ban first 3.
Yeah, true. Forgot
so
about that.
Maybe they will pick up the Zac first round.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And Rockport, they should get the pick of the litter in terms of bans here. Honestly, I would just throw all 3 bans at Spoder. Looks like they're going to try and target Gummy, though, because he does quite like the Tristana.
Yeah, I want to see Garen banned. I don't want to see Demacian Justice today.
Yeah, I think a Garen ban would be good, as well as a Darius ban. I think Kled is, you can play around him, but maybe a little bit harder to if you don't know how his kit works. But I think definitely just because 100T Noobs isn't a top laner, I'd say they should really be focusing on trying to get him into an okay matchup, and leaving up Garen, Darius, and Kled could really be an issue for that.
For sure. I agree. Because all those champions, it's not something to mess with. There's the Garen ban. And
there we go.
With someone who's out of position, I don't know how much 100T Noob plays top lane, but
yeah,
experienced top laner and someone who is considered probably one of the best, if not the best top laner here, you want to make sure that it's a decently good matchup.
All right.
Nocturne.
That's an interesting ban. They must.
Darius and Kled still up if Spooter wants to take that, unless he wants to take the Zac away from Sean Bear.
Yeah, that could be something they consider is grabbing that for Natsume. Um, I'm looking at some stuff real
Urgot.
fast. Ooh, yep, the Urgot pickup. That's a very strong champion right now. And the thing is, that could go to either Carcion or Spoderer. So as a first pick, it's actually a really, really strong choice.
Yeah, because it's just like Irelia. Back when you knew Irelia was top or mid, I just expect her immediately mid lane. And there's Zac picked up for Sean Bear, as expected. Malzahar. He.
Yeah, so one thing that Heat Viper does really well is he kind of is just the ultimate like temper for the mid lane. Doesn't matter who he's up against. If they are hard carry mid laner, Heat Viper, you can almost always trust on him to just shut down anything they want to do. Maybe not like step all over them, but
yeah, Zyricon.
Not allow them to do what they want. And the Zyricon coming out for Gummy and Starstro, pretty good combo there. Looks like they're going pretty heavy engaged. We'll see if they draft more around that as well. But yeah, like I was saying with Heat Viper, last season, one thing he did very well is he was able to very effectively neutralize the mid laner of what was in the first season the best team then, Sero, who had a ridiculous mid laner. He was actually ended up hitting Diamond like 4 weeks after the season ended, so that was fun. And Hivar was very good at even neutralizing him. So playing Malzahar, it's a pretty good pick for that. I don't know how well it will do into an Urgot if it's an Urgot mid, but should be pretty safe there.
Caitlyn picked up for Hydrone. I think Caitlin's pretty good against Saya and Rakan. Because, wait, does her trap counter Rakan when he's in the middle of his W?
I don't know. I've never seen a Rakan jump over a trap before. I know you can't place it down fast enough. That's definitely not possible. He would have to jump over it or onto it.
Yeah. I feel like Rockport really thinks that this is gonna, because they're not targeting any other pick from Spooder.
Yeah, or it's either that or they feel like they just, since they don't know, they can't really throw bans at all.
Yeah. But Alistair and Morgana, they're targeting Juice.
Yeah.
Wait, they're just hovering there, right?
Probably.
Yep,
Yeah,
there's
it's actually going to be the Ornn 400T. Yeah, looking at it now, Spoder is playing a crapload of Urgot lately, so it's likely it's for him, but still always that flex pick potential.
Yeah. That's what's good with those kind of champions. Always flex pick them if you don't like the matchup.
Yep.
J4 for Natsume. Really heavy engage. Really heavy. Let's see what they pick up for mid. Azir. The pigeon has arrived.
Yeah, that's something that Carcion has been playing a lot in solo queue as well. So AMP kind of just grabbing a lot of strong picks for what they've been doing lately. With the J4, a lot of engage potential, a lot of kind of long range damage as well. Only having one melee is a little bizarre, and he's not even that strong of a super tank. But if they get their combo off, it could be pretty devastating.
Yeah. But I don't know how Azir does into Malzahar. Um, I think he would be decently good because he can easily just knock off the spell shield with his sand soldiers.
Yeah,
But you never know.
I assume it's mostly fine. It really comes down to just how well Azir is position himself. Because if he steps on up on Malzahar and Malzahar can react in time, it's going to be a bit of an issue.
Hmm. I agree. Also, you just can't put away the jungle pressure. Both Zac and Jarvan have really good ganks,
Yeah.
and both are pretty good in team fights. Honestly, what I think could be an issue is if Natsume jumps and goes all in on the Zac, and Zac just pulls whoever follows up with him
Yeah.
into the yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely be an issue. If he jumps straight away in with his Cataclysm, if he doesn't land the Flagging Dragon and he Cataclysms onto the Zac, he's basically like just telling the Zac, "Hey, you can let's bounce me for free," because he can't walk out of his own Cataclysm. It takes a little bit for him to deactivate that. So if him and Rakan jump in a little bit preemptively, that could get pretty dangerous for them. But if they've got enough damage, if they've got enough follow up, Zac is one of the squishiest tanks in the game, just because the only reason he's tanky is because he can go and grab blobs to heal. So it really depends on how well they combo on top of it all.
Yeah. But they do have a good amount of like disengage and lockdown on Rockport with Malzahar just his ult, able to shut down someone
Yep.
pretty much. And Caitlyn just able to poke from so far away. And with the Braum too, I just I don't know which bot lane is like more dangerous and which one's could be more aggressive than the other. Because from what I've heard in Rakan lanes, it's whoever initiates first loses.
Um. Yeah. I mean, it's a little weird. I think Zyra as a combo, they can just hard engage whenever they want, and you usually be fine. Into a Braum Caitlyn will be a little weird because if they can't find their way onto Caitlyn, then she's just gonna long range poke them down, right? But even if they do, Braum's just gonna stop the shield. So the Caitlyn Braum have a lot of good options for stopping the advance, but Zyra still, if they find their moment, are definitely gonna be able to take full control of that.
Yeah. Um, Top lane. I feel like I feel like 100 Noob's gonna have to take the L on this top lane here. I just feel like Urgot's just pretty good in orange with the shotgun use.
Yeah, he is. Urgot excels into tanks early on, just because his passive does percent max health, which is pretty solid. And Ornn not having too many ways to get away from the Urgot means that he's gonna have to really watch his positioning.
Hmm. I hope he has it, but if he doesn't, it's not the biggest deal as long as he's not using Battlecast.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst Battlecast skin. No, Seraph is the worst battle skin.
Wait, you don't like Urgot's Battlecast skin?
I don't like it. No,
It's what? It's his best looking skin.
no, I like Crab got a lot better.
It's Crabgot's really good, but like Battlecast Urgot is like it's got so many cool details on it. So
Maybe I don't like it purely because the old Battlecaster got was it was his best skin. The old one was his best skin by far, but
well, I like it a lot. And I've
I
got
like
all
both.
three of his skins. Well, all three of the old ones before High Noon came out. I don't like High Noon looks pretty freaking stupid to me. I'm like, why High Noon Urgot? This doesn't make sense.
I know, right? Why not have like a High Noon Echo or freaking High Noon like
High Noon Echo
He,
wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. What would he like
it wouldn't.
throw a sombrero at you?
But oh, he's speaking of High Nooner. He doesn't even have the border.
Eh, borders are overrated.
I have the border for. Uh, all right, we cannot watch Caitlyn. This is a family friendly stream. We cannot watch this, Caitlyn.
Why?
Pool party, Caitlyn.
Pool party's fine. We got pool party Zach. Can we not watch him? He's not even wearing a shirt. You can see the fish inside of him. That is, oh, riot.
What were they thinking?
There goes spectator data.
Yeah, the reason I don't like Battlecast Urgot the most because I'm a horror fanatic. I love horror movies, so I love Butcher Urgot.
I don't like Richard Ergot. It looks so bad.
I just like it because I'm a horror movie fanatic, and it's like Jason Voorhees if he wasn't too lugged.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean, it's a fun skin, but like when you look at like the quality of that skin compared to Crab Got for the same price, you're like, wow, I'm getting gypped.
Hey, and you can't even buy it. It's a legacy skin.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually got. Hey, thanks for the bits, Crisis. Really appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I should get more bits and give you them.
I mean, if you want, it's up to you. But yeah, I pretty recently actually just got like Crab Got and Butcher in my my box or like the whatever the
Yeah,
not my box the shop or like it gives you like special skins at like discount prices.
yeah.
I got both of those. I was like, oh, nifty. I'll buy those. I play Urgot, and then I bought Battlecast as well.
Yeah, I honestly, it's the only Urgot skin I own. The only other one I'd probably get is Battlecast because that would make I only have one other Battlecast skin, and it's Creator Victor, which honestly I love that skin.
That's a pretty good skin.
I have Deathsworn, so I don't really use it that much. But back when I first started playing Victor, it was the skin I used. What is this? Unable to download spectator data.
Yeah, it already hit me with that.
It just hit me with that. It's unfortunate.
All right. Well, both teams coming onto the Rift now. Looks like we're going to see a standard 5-point out of Rockport. Possible invade from AMP, but with how far behind J4 is, yeah, there's no way that's going to happen. But honestly, their comp isn't that strong at level 1, actually quite a bit worse than Rockport's. I think level 1 given the Braum, so playing it slow and safe seems like the smart idea here. And there's a pause. Natsume has left the game.
Oh, completely kicked me out. Well, tired there, Ham.
Just a tad. I'm always tired though.
I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning, and that's 2 hours ahead of you.
That sounds terrible.
Really, Captain Volleybear? It can't be a 3-0 esports game without a pause.
It can't
Come
be.
on, Matt.
If the teams don't pause at some point in the game, I actually invalidate the entire set. It's a little hidden internal ruling that the teams are slowly starting to catch on to. All right.
I hope it lets me load in this time.
Isn't much to be missed right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of AD on the side of AMPs.
And a lot of AP on the side of Rockport.
Yeah. Like Malzahar, Caitlyn, two really strong. What do you think Malzahar should build?
Probably start off with a Ludens.
Yeah. Oh, we never did over under.
We did not do an over under. Yeah, what do we want to do for a bet?
Um, let's see. Uh, I don't. Do you want to do first blood? First game, first blood.
Yeah. Go
But
ahead
should we
and
do
do that.
which team
Yeah,
or which?
yeah, team already writing it out.
All right.
Oops. And there you go. Back in the game as well. Natsume finally connecting. Feels good, man.
It's good.
Yeah, I think the fact that AMP have more AD than AP is going to help them out more than Rockport having more AP than AD, just because they've got so much physical damage between the Xayah, the Urgot, and the J4. Like, that's a lot. And then Azir's a pretty strong hyper carry AP-wise, whereas you look at all the magic damage from Rockport, okay, Malzahar does an okay amount, but the rest of it's really just tanks. And so the fact that they have tanks is nice, but also the damage spread is a Caitlyn, who's not the most hyper carriest of hyper carries in her role, and neither is Malzahar. So in terms of damage spread, I'd say the damage spread from AMP is a little bit more better. Whether or not I think their comp is better, since they don't have any real tanks, we'll have to see how it actually plays out.
Yeah. Hey, I'm finally in.
Hey, welcome in, sir. You didn't miss much. We only just got started. Waves are being mutually killed.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this bot lane goes for both teams. Neither team really running their primary bot lane. So I don't expect too much action down there, but it's always possible. I kind of expect... Hey, thanks for the 28 bits there. Gummybull's in a little bit of trouble as the concussables are starting to stack. He did not manage to land the Blade Caller. Taking quite a bit of damage. Already forced to use heal. And getting a pretty good trade back, actually. It's probably still not quite worth the heal, but... take what he can get.
Yep. Good poke by Spooter here onto Ledger T Noob, as expected.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what Urgot does best. He catches the tanks walking up for CS, then he shotguns them with his leg.
Imagine if you had a shotgun knee.
Yeah, that would be actually terrifying. And the second I used it, my leg would break.
True.
I did come up with a fantastic thing, but we're actually going to see Spoder going into 100T noob as 100T tried to take a bit of a trade. Definitely not worth taking an aggressive trade, especially when you're not ahead in health already against an Urgot, because he's just going to flip you and keeps getting some good damage off. He is falling behind in CS, which is actually very, very bizarre, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got a kill here in the next 2 minutes. Good Lando. Schomberg going on to a Karsan. Actually pulls him back out after the shuffle. But no mana from Schomberg. Or, yeah, Heat Viper. Schomberg also has no mana.
Yeah.
Worth noting.
Zach, you have no mana. What are you doing, gank?
Yeah.
But, are you supposed to run Electrocute on Mousehorn now?
No, I think you normally go airy, especially because um, of the changes to Electrocute recently, where it's worse damage early. Well, it's the same damage early if you proc it off cooldown, because they halved its damage, but also halved its cooldown, which means you can get the same thing. Well, it does scale a little bit better to late game because it's not quite half damage, but also still has a better cooldown then. But
Doesn't need 3 separate spells.
it does. It does not work off of just 3 hits of your dot, which means you need to get a Q, an E, and an auto attack, or your Voidlings to go, which is a lot of resources to use just for a very low damage thing. Especially, actually here in the bot lane, Hydron taking a lot of damage already. Uses the 9 caliber net to get out of the way. Not gonna finish trade in there, but yeah. So Malzahar can't proc that very easily, and the burst damage not as strong as it used to be either. And they didn't really hurt Airy that hard. They did hurt Airy a bit, but I think it would still be the better option. Starstro going in for another engage. Blade Collar might be coming out. First Blood actually picked up by Gummy Bowls. So they're chasing forward onto Juice, but all their CCUs, I think they'll take the First Blood pretty happily, though. I was actually really surprised that that Grand Entrance landed.
Yeah, but that is a 12 CS difference.
It is. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the Shuffle's going to be coming out from a Carcion. He finds his way onto Heat Viper. And now Death. Oh my god.
That was edge of range, too.
Yeah, he just straight up sniped him there. Catching him, making some items. That was actually really surprising.
Give him that grinder wrap right there.
Yeah. It's pretty well done. I was wondering why the camera moved away from Heat Viper in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Shumbear looks like it wants to make some play for vision around here. Walking up. Gonna see this controller, but I don't think he can actually get it. They're just gonna keep kind of doing this vision play. Ooh, he's able to get the stretchy strikes, and the ultimate from Malzahar catches him out of the flag drag, forcing the flash from him. Only trouble there is Heat Viper had to flash in to even get a range of that. But
yeah. But so, TP was used by Spooter to have them back off as well.
Yeah. So a slight net gain there for Rockport. Still not able to find anything yet. That will help them out a good amount.
That's one of the weird moments, visual moments. Because on my screen, at least, it looked like Jarvan was inside the wall.
Yeah, if he was inside the wall but on the close side, it would warp him back out, I am pretty sure.
Yeah. I think the same thing happens like with Vayne. I'm not sure.
Well, Vayne can't go over walls.
I know, but like it's a weird thing where it just stuns you. If you're cannon, you're driving through walls, it'll just stun you.
Yeah. Well, because it pushes you back when you contact a wall, but since you're Kane and you're inside the wall, you're always contacting the wall.
Yeah. Spitter going aggressive in top.
Yeah. The hard part about Urgot is when the enemy top laner starts respecting you and doesn't let you just get free flips.
Yeah.
Which is looking like it's where it's gonna be. Oh, I should go ahead and do that.
Another issue with Urgot is that the W, it's like unless you land your Q or your E, the W just using it is just basically a waste of mana.
Yeah.
Because it slows you. Like, yes, it gives you a shield, but it slows you by quite a lot. And since you're already pretty slow, it's like...
Yeah, the slow is definitely pain. The shield is nice if you need to play defensively. Might see again coming on to Heat Viper as the shuffle comes out again. The flag and drag into the Cataclysm. Heat Viper with no flash is going to fall down as Natsume picks up that kill.
Really good Azir ults, though, and good coordination by both of them.
Yeah, he's landing in all of his shuffles. It is a little bit easier than it used to be to do. Because it used to be like ridiculously hard to do. Yeah. But really good job.
Being one of the higher skill cap champions.
Yeah. I'm gonna want to see how he actually plays this pick once we get to team fights, because that's it's pretty easy to play Azir in lane and land the combos, but in the team fight, how you're positioning, how you're using that shuffle is very, very important. So my eyes are going to be on him for that. And I do think he is going to be one of the more important carries here just because of how much physical damage is on the side of AMP. Like you were mentioning, if these tanks get some armor, they're really going to rely on the Azir to start pumping out all their DPS.
Yeah. And it's very important if he Azir can make or break a team fight.
Yeah, I'm seeing a bit of a fight up here as 100 Noob looks like he's going to get pulled back in by the chain. Stepped up for a CS and got punished. Now Starstro in a little bit of trouble as Zac is falling a bit short. Nice stretching strikes though onto the Xayah. Just going to trade back for the time being.
Yeah, you could tell Spooter wanted to go in there. He swapped the teleport to Ignite for the short period using the unsealed spellbook.
Yeah.
And just...
Yeah, it's a very good rune for Urgot because he does well with others. Like Comet is pretty nice, especially because you can get poke off with your Q really easily and like it adds a good amount of extra damage. But being able to just choose to all in somebody and have that extra like 300-400 damage from an Ignite whenever you please, it's pretty strong. Not to mention that, but like Urgot does well with pretty much any summer spell. Right, you can go Ignite, you can go Exhaust, you can go Ghost, which helps you engage instead of needing a Righteous Glory, right? Like, he doesn't mind not being able to switch back to a Summoner spell, because he can honestly just perform with all of them. Natsume looking like he might be finding the Malzahar. Are they going to go forward on him? He's not going to use his ult quite yet.
I think Schomburg just wasn't ready for that, because he was just getting Raptors. Because it could have been a pretty decent pick-off unless the Carrion just played it really well.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the nice thing about playing Rakan into the spot lane matchup. You saw he was able to jump in and just jump out. There's not enough crowd control to punish the Rakan when he goes in like that, because they just aren't going to be able to stack up the concussive blows fast enough to really catch him. Mid lane, though, Karsion actually messes up his dash, but Schomburg not going to follow him.
He was trying to get an auto off the minion with the Q.
Yeah, I can't blame him. Having spectator, like I was just like, go for the ward in the bush. He didn't know there was a ward in the bush. But the minion was definitely too far away to ever be able to proc that. He's back mid lane though again, trying to get the stretching strikes, but just not finding any of his crowd control right now onto a Karsion. Now in the top lane, 100 Noob in another battle with the Urgot. The ult's not going to land quite yet, but there it is. The Shredder is down. Now a Karsion actually almost being able to pop Zac's passive. Spoderon's going to pick up this top lane tower now.
Spooter's just dominating this top lane. Like we said, this is what Urgot can strive in against these tanks. And Urgot's a really good snowball champion. Like, if he gets ahead, you will feel it.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be painful because he's already got 3 kills. Already finished the Black Cleaver. He's sitting on another 1,600 gold, so he's going to finish off Boots and maybe part of whatever his next item is. Might be a Righteous Glory. Could be more damage. Mallet. He's going to go Frozen Mallet. But we're actually going to see Malzahar flash over the wall again, trying to find the J4. They actually managed to get a nice couple off with their CC, but not finishing off the kill quite yet, as now the bottom side of the fight is going strong. Gummy Bulls gonna get stunned up, not gonna die quite yet, as Schomburg wants to go in, get the Let's Bounce off, not gonna be able to get it. The flash is out. Here comes the J4. Nice flash in with the Flagging Drag to get the knockup on them past its range. And 3 kills for Zilch. They are feeling pretty confident to go for this dragon now.
That should be a relatively free dragon. Really well played though by AMP. Just like they didn't know that Archeon was right next there, so like right next to Natsume. So they just went all in on Natsume, and then
they
all went down there from there.
They let the Azir get the flank on him. Kind of forgot that he was even going to be coming over. Maybe didn't know he was going to come from behind, but yeah, he definitely showed up behind them and got a pretty good combo off there.
Yep.
AMP are a solid 7k ahead with 8 kills and 2 turrets.
Yeah, not looking good on the side of Rockport. Not good at all.
It's definitely a rough time. Caitlyn did finish her Storm Razor a little bit before Zaya. It doesn't really matter though, because Zaya's gonna back get that and a dagger. But AMP in full control, looking like they want to start making plays across the map as they go for a Rift Herald.
Yeah, but Loon's Echo for Sarcian. I don't know how I'm supposed to
Karcian.
pronounce it. I'm probably butchering it. A Karcian.
Yeah.
All right. But Malzahar still, he's trying to get that Loons, but is there any
Yeah.
Loons?
Yeah, he's getting Ludens. That's what Ludens build us out of these days.
Yeah, I forget sometimes. I don't play mages as much as I should.
Yeah. Yeah, these year having this going to be really nice. That'll help out his wave clear quite a bit. Shumber, ooh, might be in a little bit of trouble, but Ornn is here. They're just going to look for a disengage, though, as an engage comes in bot lane. So much damage onto the Caitlyn already. She's getting pretty low. Heat Viper in a little bit of a rough spot as well. He's going to be falling to a Karcian. This Hydreion is forced to run away. 9-0 are amped, pushing up on a tier 2 turret in the mid lane.
Did you see that damage from the Urgot?
Yes, he's got quite a bit of it.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Just look at his tank ability, too. It's just...
Yeah,
he deals a lot of damage and takes no damage.
His W is very, very good. It's actually almost as... I'm going to have to look at this. Actually, we are seeing a little bit of a combo coming out here, but a nice call. The Forge God into a Let's Bounce. Might be able to get the shutdown on to Urgot as he falls down. Now they're chasing forward onto a Karcian, but the stopwatch coming out. Maybe trying to get it into an elastic slingshot as Malzahar's in behind as well. They're going to find another kill as the Karcian gets shut down as well. Picked up by Hydreion.
Really well played by Rockport there, just taking advantage of the overstay by Spooter
Yeah.
and Karcian.
Yeah, they really wanted that. Looks like they might go for a dive here, but just threatening with the elastic slingshot. They're not falling for it. They are pretty mobile, so they know that they can probably react to whatever happens here. What I was going to say earlier is I was going to compare the W shield strength, but it looks like we actually see a TP in from behind on the Urgot as Natsume trying to find his way as well. The Cataclysm onto the Caitlyn. Nice 90 caliber net to get out of there. Now Zach is in with his jump as well, but so much damage from that Blade Caller as now J4 trades his life for the Zach passive. Heat Viper wants to find his way up, but Starstro's in behind there. He's going to jump in with the Grand Entrance, not finding a kill yet. Now Heat Viper on the wrong side of town. No flash for him. He's going to fall down with the Urgot Chomper picking up another kill. That's going to be a 1 for 2 in the favor of AMP, and a good amount of wave control as well.
Yeah, that was a good TP by Spooter, just noticing that they were staying and just taking the opportunity.
Yeah. All right. So, Ornn's W gives him a 12% max health shield. Urgot's W doesn't scale off of his max health, but it is a fairly strong shield early on. I think at this point in the game, it's actually a little bit stronger. So that's why he's so freaking tanky looking against these guys, is because he's just innately tanky at this point in the game, more so than most characters are.
Yep, there's Herald picked up for Amped.
Yep. That's really scary too. Herald is strong. I feel like Herald at like 18 to 20 minutes is even scarier, just because of what it means in terms of like timing of the game. Because Baron comes up in a minute and a half, right? You can make a play this far ahead, we're almost 10k ahead, where you send Spoderwan bot with the Herald, and then you just rush Baron as soon as it respawns. You've got an Azir and a Zaya, right? You can burn that thing down, and if they don't answer the Baron,
they're gonna probably lose an inhib at least.
Right. Yeah, it's a no-win situation for him. That's why I would have liked to see the Herald on Spoder. It's still possible because you can have the J4 drop it, have him slow push it in, and then run over to Baron. It slows down the tempo of the play a lot, but with this kind of lead, that's the kind of play I want to see out of a team like this, where you have so much advantage. The Urgot can handle himself for a long amount of time, like we were saying, very innately tanky. And that would
honestly, I feel
really
like
open
if
up the
they
game.
send 4 against him, he's at least going to get 1.
He definitely could. We're actually about to see what happens here as he dodges away from 2 ultimates. Did have to burn his flash, but a lot used by Rockport there. Really good job from Spoder.
Yeah, as we said it, we had to jinx it. Come on. Next trick will be spawning in 10 seconds. It is a ocean, so probably not going to be too much priority on it, but...
No, not a whole lot. It could be nice for Rockport because they have so many tanks. If they take damage, they want to be able to back off and heal up quite a bit of it without needing to commit time for a recall. But no map control, no ultimates because they just burn them all trying to catch Spoder means it's pretty much going to go over free to Amped here. They get wave control and a dragon to boot. It's feeling pretty good for Amped.
Yeah.
The hard part here is trying to figure out what Rockport's real win condition is. Because the only, like, hard engaged commitment from Amped is the J4. Ooh, looks like we might see a little bit of trouble from the Azir, but a nice Emperor's Divide. Gonna shove the Zac right off of him. Now Rockport need to go bot and answer that. Spoder's gonna be pushing top. And see, this is an okay play, but also a very dangerous one because Rockport are here and they do have ultimates. Spoder's top and doesn't have his teleport either. So Zac's actually going to be able to find a nice Let's Bounce, bringing in Starshow. He might be falling. They got the tower. Now the ultimate from the Azir going to be locking up the J4 as the call the Forge God coming in as well. It's going to help him pick up a kill. Hydreion gets the first one. The Blade Caller going to be rooting them up, but Acarcion has arrived as well on the side, trying to run away from this red buff Caitlyn as he's going to go pretty low. Oh my god! The ult barely not landing, but Carcion trying to legitimately 1v4. Gummy Bowl's backing him up, able to pick up a kill, but now they need to start worrying about Spoderwan on the top side as here comes Zac with another Elastic Slingshot. Gonna be able to get the stretching strikes as well, and Gummy Bowls falls down. That is gonna be 3 dead. They still need to deal with this Urgot and the Rift Herald, though.
Yeah, they're sending Sean Bear to deal with the Rift Herald. One hit'll kill him.
Yeah. Yep. But like we said, up here, Spoderwan doing what he can to the turret. One thing worth noting, it's completely unrelated and pretty much a useless fact besides the fact that it's a fact right now. Urgot in the early game, his W is actually very bad for taking towers. Because his W, it does 3 hits a second. But it also, early game, does less than 3 auto attacks in those 1 second. Or not 3 auto attacks, but it does... The 3 hits do less than 1 auto attack would. So... Or do I have that backwards? I think I might have that backwards. I'm trying to remember what it is. But there's a point in the game where you want to stop using your W. I think it's late game, actually, that it's worse. Yeah. It's this point, because he actually has attack speed now. So, yeah, so a single auto attack is actually going to do more to a tower from him than the W is, because the W's speed doesn't scale over the game. But its damage does, but his auto attacks scale the damage and the speed. So at this point in the game, there's really no point for him to use his W on a tower because he'll actually get slightly more DPS because he'll do more than 1 auto attack per second.
Yeah. Of course, it's just... Oh. Where did that ward go? Probably expired or they put down one. Oh, it doesn't expire.
Yeah, these guys are not dropping that Baron aggro.
Yeah, chunked out Natsume right there.
Rockport, though, trying their damnedest to protect this ward. They definitely don't want to give that up. The hard part is they're giving up a bit of map pressure for it. Which means once these waves get pushed in, they have to go and defend that ward. Like you can see now, and even right now, they don't have advanced vision to feel comfortable going up to that mid wave. They could be clearing out top wave right now, but now that the Baron ward is gone, they're a little hesitant to go anywhere.
And Spooder's just able to put pressure in the bot lane because there's nothing 100 noob can do.
Yep.
You can't out wave clear the Urgot. You can't brawl the Urgot. You're just...
Yeah, especially with him being at 3 items now, Righteous Glory, Frozen Mallet, and Black Cleaver. He's going to shred tanks. He's going to make it so they can't run away from him with his Frozen Mallet, and then as well, if he gets on top of them with the Righteous Glory, if they flash or something, he can catch back up, slow them again. It's going to be a very devastating time. I'm a little surprised we don't see, like, Glacial Augment Urgot ever, because he likes the Righteous Glory, and honestly, like, the slows from that would be pretty good. I think the
Yeah, like you said earlier, pretty much anything's good on Urgot.
yeah.
Just some are outstanding on Urgot.
Yeah, I think the reason we don't see Glacial Augment is because he can't build Sterix. The only other like heavy AD health item is really Frozen Mallet. It's like it's kind of almost a required on him sometimes. So that kind of makes sense why you wouldn't do that, because then you're doubling down on something you don't need to. So just take a better rune. That'll serve you a little bit better late game.
Little skirmish right there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like AMP has a better late game comp by far.
It's it's really interesting because it feels that way, but because they also don't have any true tanks, it could get pretty dangerous as the Carcion's in a lot of trouble. The ults are being used. He's going to fall down. The only problem is that was definitely a one-off, as they just used 4 ults for that guy.
That was way too much. They used the bounce, they used the call, they used the Malzahar ult, they used the ace in the hole. The only real ult they have left is Brahms, and
Yeah.
while it's good for disengage, it's just...
Yeah, we are actually going to see so much damage on the Caitlyn. He's actually able to flash out of the pit, and the Cataclysm actually trapping everybody inside with the Baron, as Hydrone's going to be able to pick up his first kill, but Fear Beyond Death grabbing the Ornn. He's going down. Oh, the Baron helps the Urgot get his triple kill. He wants to chase forward, get a quadra kill if he can. Heat Viper is going to fall down. The ace for Gummy Bulls as AMP clean that fight up, and that, yeah, I was going to say, like, this Baron is rough. You don't have any ultimates. They do have a teleport. It doesn't matter if a Carcion's dead. He's doing good, but they've got so much damage that they could just take this fight anyways, because they've got the spells now and you don't. So Baron is going to go down to amped. 26 minutes into the game, still with a 12k gold lead almost.
And Rockboard still doesn't have a tower. They still haven't taken a single tower during their inhibs.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side of that, it means they've got a lot of standing gold if they get a fight. There's a lot that they can do to come back into here. But on the other side, they don't have any towers, so they don't have gold to get anywhere. It's like the worst feeling ever when you you could be doing something if you had towers, but a Carcion gonna go pretty aggressive onto Hydro, and the 90 counter Minette gets him out of there.
Questionable.
Yeah, this I was saying in the laning phase. This guy seems pretty competent laning with Azir. It's going to be the mid-late game team fights area where we see what he's doing. And his positioning is sus right now. Luckily, the rest of his team is doing well enough that it doesn't quite matter. Maybe that's why he's playing a little overconfidently. But
yeah, my friend Jane, as my friend Jane would say, he's mad suspect.
Yeah.
But honestly, he almost had Hydron. Almost.
He did. It was close. But at the same time...
the team was there.
Yeah, at the same time, like, that's not... Like, you've got Baron, your team is pushing out waves and, starving the enemy jungle out. You could play that slow, and you're going to win the 5v5. You don't need to make some hero play 1v1 trade. Spoder, though, is going to get caught up. The Let's Bounce is going to bring him back. Let's see how much they have to use for it. Here comes the Malzahar ult as the concussive blows are stacking as well. Here's the Forge God. It looks like they're going to be able to knock up Starstro with it. J4 in the back. Cataclysm onto the Caitlyn, and she's fine, though, as she's able to finish off the kill there. Gummy Bulls with a nice Blade Caller. Going to force Chamber to flash away. Starstro's trying to go back in. The Unbreakable not going to save Juice as he falls down next. Heat Viper pretty low as well. I think AMP winning this race by inches at the moment. 100 Noob not going to actually land the Searing Charges. Gummy Bull's just going to walk up straight to the Malzahar. Finishes off that kill. He's going to keep going. Doesn't care about the Malefic Visions burning him down, but they need to be careful because Zach's going to jump in. Nice Elastic Slingshot on top of them, but a flash out from Gummy Bulls and another Blade Caller. Gonna root them up. Gonna get the kill. Gummy Bulls. I don't know why I swapped there, but yeah, Gummy Wolves is absolutely killing it right now. 7-1 and 9. Rockport not respecting the 80 carry. They're gonna lose 2 inhibs off of that fight.
Yeah, just completely underestimation. Like,
yeah,
it's a Fed Zaya. Any Fed ADC you cannot underestimate like that.
Yeah, she's pretty darn fed. She's got her QSS, which will help her a bit with the Malzahar. I feel like they're just burning a lot of their ults on tanks and like low priority targets. Urgot is, I'll give him Urgot. He's a pretty prio target right now because he's been the carry for 27 minutes of this game. But you've got to be able to
No,
save your stuff for the rest of the people doing damage in the match. And when you're using everything on the front line right here, it's going to make it a little bit hard for Rockport to actually close these fights out. They can start strong, but they have no way of closing the fights.
yeah. And it's like there's so much late game from AMP. It's like Urgot falls off late game,
Yeah.
but that's when Azir and Zaya are just gonna pull him, like drop off his shoulder and pull him back onto theirs.
Right.
Just be able to.
Zach has
Like, if you're
found his
putting
way
so
back
much-
in. Looks like he's going to go for Gummy Bowls. This might be the combo that they're needing, but Ornn completely misses his ult. There's now Schomburg into the back line trying to get stuff done as well, but Juice going to be falling. Hydreion getting real low. Oh my god, so much damage from that Rakan, but Schomburg able to trade over a kill as the Zaya's actually going to fall. They might be able to trade it over for Natsume, but he's not dead yet. 100 Team Noob and Heat Viper, less 2 alive.
But yeah, as I was saying before, that fight occurred. It's just you can't focus that much on the Urgot at this point
Yeah.
because there's so much more damage that's gonna fly out from the Zaya and the Azir. It's you just can't.
Yeah.
Can't be wasting resources.
They did a good job there as well of actually finishing off the Zaya. That's probably the reason they're able to defend this so long, not having an 80 carry here. But they definitely are just having a lot of troubles. There goes both their towers. They have absolutely no base. The Nexus, the last thing alive.
And this is the point where you wonder, how are they going to come back from this?
It's going to take a hell of a wombo combo. Because, I mean, a lot of these fights have been close to being in their favor, right? I think they've got the comp to be able to make a team fight like this. They have to be able to execute it. Where Zach has to be able to land onto Zaya or Azir. They need to be able to save the Malzahar for probably Azir at this point because Zaya has QSS, and then Ornn needs to be able to land his ult onto a couple of people as well. So it's really just going to be how well can they utilize their kit, because they've got kits to be able to take a fight like this. They've got a better team fighting comp, I think, because the Urgot and the J4 is okay at it. But once he uses his ult, it's like,
Yeah, but Rabadon is finished for the Azir.
yeah.
Just that's going to be a huge power spike. And I think he may be going for the Nashor's Tooth now.
He is. I'm a little surprised he didn't get Nashor's before. I thought that was a pretty heavy critical item for Azir. I could be wrong. I don't know how his meta has changed, but
You can never know in this meta.
I was surprised he went for the Morellos because I don't think Zach is healing enough to feel like you really need that.
Yeah.
But looks like AMP are going to be pushing up on this. Here comes the engage from Spoder. Lots of disengage, though, as he's not going to quite find the engage. But there's the Rakan with a nice 4-man knock-up. So much damage already. The combo is not going to be able to come through. They all died before they could even try a double kill for Gummy Bowls, as they're going to take the Nexus in game 1. The subs coming out strong.
Very dominant showing.
Yeah. That was pretty solid.
Now, this is going to be one of those games where it's really hard to tell an MVP. Really hard.
Yeah. Honestly, despite how well Gummy did, which was pretty darn well, 9-2 and 13, Gummy didn't really pop off till like the later parts of the game. I feel like Spoder really put them like on his back in the first part, and he farmed like a madman. 271, most gold in the game. I think Spoder, to me, had the most impressive, because he was solo killing, right? It's one thing to get a kill in a lane when you have other people there with you, but if you're constantly solo killing your lane and then able to translate that as well, I think Spoder on the Urgot definitely deserves game 1 MVP.
Yeah.
Damage numbers were so low. Okay. All right. Let's see if everybody accepts these invites here.
Jolly good show. Jolly good show.
got a little bit to work on with that accent. But that being said, accents are kind of hard to do sometimes, so. Is anybody gonna accept my invites?
Oh, I didn't even get it till just now.
Oh. I invited Spoder, Sean, and you.
My stomach hates me today. I really have to go again.
All right.
I'm sorry.
You're good. Nothing's happening right now.
I know.
All right. Well, how's the stream doing today, people? Guys having fun? All right. What do you guys think we should do for our bet for the next one? If you have any ideas. That would be interesting. Will Spoder redeem himself? We'll see. Pretty Saturday. Not as energetic as I was hoping for be. When will Bliss's next ban be? That's a good question, dude. I give it 5 days.